What's going on, guys? I just want to talk about some hand traps today. A lot of people are kind of lost as to where to go. Right now, you have a ton of great cards out there. You have Dimension Shifter, you have DD Crow, you have Ash, of course, Imperm, and Effect Veiler. I would say those are probably your top four. If it depends where you're trying to compete. If you're gonna go to a regional, you're gonna have to use hand traps. You're gonna have to have the standard ones, Ash, Imperm, Veiler, and then you're probably gonna need to be siding Dimension Shifter if your deck will allow it, because Tear Elements is still out there and it sucks to go against if you're not prepared for it. So yeah, we can start off with Dimension Shifter. This card is gonna pretty much banish any card that would go to the graveyard, and it's going to just dump it into the banish pile, which is terrible. Talking about Tear Elements, that just crushes Tear Elements. But it doesn't help any other decks either. Rescue Ace, it doesn't help them. It doesn't help them because a lot of times to get the Turbulence out, they want to banish two from the graveyard. And when you do this, you don't leave them that ability. So if anything else, it can extend the duel and at least buy you another turn in a lot of situations and keep them from going full combo. That's the whole mission of Dimension Shifter. Then you have Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is basically just an Imperm, but it's a monster, so it's a little less bricky. If you're using a deck with SP, it can be a card to summon, normal summon, and then go in, you got a Link monster on the field, then you can go into SP. It's just an easy way to fusion fodder and Link fodder, fusion fodder. Basically, I think Imperm's still superior, but you can run both. So that's the great thing. You can basically run six copies of the same card, except one's a monster. The third one is going to be DD Crow. That's really handy to get monsters out of the graveyard. It's a way to beat. Again, you got Tear Elements. You can banish what they need. Again, Rescue Ace, banish what they need. Pearly helps with them. DD Crow just helps with a lot. The only problem is it's just one monster, and you trade card for card, so it's not just the best, but it's decent. The next one would be Ash Blossom. They're adding cards from the deck to hand. Hey, just shut it down. Ash just is king, queen. Ash is the queen right now for sure, and I think that's undebatable. If you're not running Ash Blossom, your deck probably sucks. That's just all there is to it. I had to learn that the hard way. There's some decks out there that don't have to play hand traps, but you should if you can. If you can, please do. It's going to help you. The next would be Imperm. Imperm is basically Effect Veiler in trap format. One thing you can do is activate it from hand if you have no cards on the field, or you can set it, and it also negates like that column for that turn. So some people will play into that, and when they do, it is so sweet, so sweet. Drawing Lockbird, any card that can lock people out of their deck, essentially, it's just going to be good. Right now, Droll it's good against a lot of those heavy combo decks. Rescue Ace, it's not just detrimental to, and there's a few other decks where it's just not detrimental to them, but no deck really likes it. Let me put it that way. And then the next one would be Nibiru. Nibiru is the kind of card that just, it sucks when you get nibbed. But now people are negating it. They're putting up monster negates and they're playing under it. People are generally playing under it. But there's some decks that they just have to combo off, especially fusion decks. They just have to go full combo. And, if you nib them at the right time, which is pretty easy on a lot of the decks, then you're gonna be at an advantage. You may not always break their board per se, but you can at least gain some kind of advantage by you know, nib them at the right time. Plus, you'll have a big, juicy. I mean, you'll have a big monster on the field, but sometimes they'll have a big juicy token, which can actually end up hurting you in the long run sometimes. And then another one, kind of a special mention, the Spooky Dogwood, Ghost Sister Spooky Dogwood. This card is broken. It really is. It's like so broke, but nobody plays it. I think the reason they don't play it is because it's not better than Ash, Imperm, and Valor in the format, but with these heavy combo decks, it makes a player make a choice. You're like, okay, what do I do here? Do I give this person 10,000 life points and just hope for the best, or do I just stop playing here, maybe just set up one or two things? But most people, I think they're gonna have to go full combo, because they don't know what you have in your hand. You might have game in your hand. In this format, you know, the coin toss, I mean, not the coin toss, but the die roll is gonna determine the winner in a lot of games. I mean, and that sucks. That really sucks. Especially game one. Typically, the game one dice roll winner is gonna win the game, and that's just how it is in this format. But cards like this make going second possible. That's the whole point of hand traps, you know, to prevent your opponent from building these unbreakable boards. And it kind of sucks, but hey, you gotta, if you can't beat them, join them. You just gotta go all out on hand traps. And like I said, Spooky Dogwood, it's just a neat one. You know, nothing like having 13,000, 14,000 life points. And I mean, there's a lot of times where, you know, even if they're playing, you know, let's just say they have a Bestial Depator, a Baron, and maybe another big dragon body or something, 9,500 attack points. They still can't kill you that turn. So next turn, you may draw into something that you need. It's just cool, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. There's some other hand traps out there. You know, notable mentions like the Bestials, which I don't really consider them hand traps. I mean, they are, but they're not. And you got to be playing a specific deck, I think, to utilize them to their max potential. But they are handy. I mean, they're handy, good utility. Then you have Ghost Ogre, a lot of those Ghost Ogre, and then you got the Winter Cherries, all these different cards, the Ghost Sisters, and all this. They all have functionality, but I think the ones I listed are probably your best bets right now. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and y'all have a good one.